faith in God, faith in yourself, and faith in those near to you and dear to you, and faith in those people who give you positive vibrations and positive feelings. Faith, as it said even in the Christian Bible, faith can move mountains. It is so true. Look at the faith of Prahlad ji. Prahlad was so much difficulties came to him. So much difficulty. Yet he did not waver. He did not say to God, what kind of God are you? You're giving me so much difficulty. Today we get a little bit of difficulty and we lose our faith in God. Is that true? A little bit of difficulty comes to us. Because faith works. It turns a negative into a positive. It also has the power to turn a positive into a double positive. So much so that they can go to infinitely positive. Not only faith that Prahlad showed, faith that Valmiki, when he showed that faith in the Lord, our faith is so superficial. And it is so easy for us to break our faith away from the Lord. Is that true? Jo shatabara pata kar chori
छूट ही बंदी महा सुख होए
Sri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jo shatabara pata kar chori chut hi bandi maha sukha hoye. Once you chant the name of the Lord, that faith will come to you. I tell you something which is very practical, which I believe. Yesterday, there were supposed to be thunderstorm, 90% thunderstorm. My brother's son was getting married yesterday. So, you might take this because with a pinch of, you can take it with a pinch of salt, but I just give you how I feel. Whether you take it with a pinch of salt or not, it's up to you. So I came to the Divine Mother yesterday morning, and I said, look, Divine Mother, I have a little problem with you. This gentleman whose son is getting, not me, this gentleman whose son is getting married, he comes every Friday. Whatever little he knows, he prays to you. Wrong or right, whether he calls the shlok correctly or does not call the shlok correctly. But I know that his heart is right in the prayer of the Divine Mother. I said, how can you do this to him? What are you doing? It started to rain more. About 11 o'clock, Shant. This is only a little thing. But also I prayed to her, and she did not answer my prayers also for people who are sick. People who are sick, and they died eventually. And I prayed and said, help them out. So I'm not saying it works only one, but it's not mine, but my brother's prayers. I know his prayers are very sincere. And not only that, when he comes and the Pandit skips a step, because the Pandits are Pandits. So when he skips a step, he will tell her, no, you have skipped a step. Whether he knows it or not, what the mantra says, but he knows the steps. So, I am just saying this to you to allow us that when what breaks our faith? When we have lots of confidence. When we have lots of confidence in ourselves, it breaks our faith from time to time. It breaks our faith. But when anyone is in distress, I'm telling you, no matter who, even if he's an atheist, when anyone who is in distress and he has a calamity at hand, he turns to the faith in whoever he believes in. Believe me. Hold on faith at all times, including दुख में सुमिरन सब करे सो सुख में करे न कोई जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को If you pray to Him in flourishing times, things which are, and I've seen this recently in someone in the same temple here today, recently, where that something would have been impossible for her, according to medical documentation, makes it impossible for her to do something. With prayers, it happens that when the tests were further done later on, those tests which were very positive at that time became negative now. I've seen it. I don't want you to go away with the idea that this is a church that will come and put my hand up on you, you get better. I don't want that. I don't want you all to go with that. I'm just speaking for my own self, the truth. And I want to let those of us who have half and half faith, who have iffy faith, to understand that we must put all our trust into her. All our trust into her. Look at Shabari. Look how long she waited. Did she waver? She never wavered. Look at Mira. She was given poison. And poison became what? Amrit. Is that true? You've got to have faith. Firm faith. Not so-called faith. Not faith to show someone you have faith. And then you will know that, when death is not, when you have that faith, death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside of us while we are alive. Meaning, what dies in us while we are alive? When there is no faith in us. There is no hope in us. There's only sinful things in our activities. But all these things are in us. While you are alive, inside of you, you die. That is why the Vedas describe Bhagavan in 3 words. One word is Satchidananda. Please listen carefully. Sat Chit Ananda. The other word is Chidananda. And the third word is Ananda. You got it now? We say Satchidananda Rupaya Vishnu Mandir. We pray. So one, he describes as Sat Chitananda, Sat, then Chidananda. But when the Sat Chit and the Chidananda come, you know what you get?
Ananda.
Bliss. Anandam. Anandam. Where do you get that? Ananda. Anandoham. Anandoham. Anandoham.
Oh, Anandoham. 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 Anandoham.
When we have that faith in ourselves, our lives will be fruitful. There was a man, he had a beautiful estate. And in the estate there was a waterfall coming. And he had a gate in the waterfall. He opens the gate and the waterfall comes into his pond. He had like a farm, big estate land. In that lake grew lotuses. The birds used to come there, the bees used to come, flowers used to grow, it would bloom. But on his land, he didn't have the sign, what sign? That trespassers are not allowed. He doesn't have that sign. Anyone can come And everyone can come and enjoy. They came, they enjoy, they go. Then one day he rented it out for a year because he had to go somewhere. The gentleman who came there, he blocked the gate, he blocked the flow of the water, the plants died, the fishes died, the birds did not come anymore, the bees did not come anymore, and on the lawn he put, trespassers are not allowed. This is what happened to us. We must give from our heart what we have. Open the gates of love within our heart. And when we open the gates of love within our heart, we allow everything to thrive. Birds come, bees come. And we know what happened then? Your faith increases. Your shraddha increases. And when your faith increases and your shraddha increases, I tell you, man, you can move mountains in this world. I have seen it myself here today. In this period that I've been here in this Vishnu temple, and most of you who have been with me have seen how it grew from where it was to where it is today. It was all because of faith. Nothing else. Faith. Faith and faith only. And you know what Rishi Bharadwaj told Sri Ram? Aju safala taputira tu tyagu, aju safala taputoga viragu.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai.
Said today, my parents, Aju safala tapu tira tu tyagu. All my tap, all my tyag, all my tirth have all become blessed today. Why? Because I had that faith that one day you will come to my home. Faith. I had that faith that you'll come to my home, and you have come to my home. A man, a jackass, donkey, a dog, and an owl. They went to God. God gave the man 40 years to live. He gave the donkey 40 years to live. He gave the dog 40 years to live. And he gave the owl 40 years to live. Then the donkey went to the Lord. The man went to the Lord first. He said, "Oh, Lord, 40 years is too small an amount. Can you kuch aur de do?" He said, "Oh, this is a 40, 40, 40." Then the donkey went to the Lord. He said, "Lord, 40 years is too long for me. While I'm walking, people say, oh, gadha ja raha hai." They say, oh, donkey is going there. Whenever the dogs are running behind me. They are loading me with all sorts of burden to take, and my back's breaking. They load on top of me, and the man right on top of me together with the load. Have pity on me. Cut me from 40 to 20. Okay. Then the man went back. He says, "I hear the donkey ears have been cut. Can you?" Lord said, "Sure." They give it 20. So for 40 became
60.
Then the dog had 40. The dogs and people are running behind me. Other dogs are biting me. Other dogs are, I'm not getting food to eat, etc., etc. People are kicking me all over the place. Cut my life. Okay, 20. Give me 20. Say, okay, 20. Man heard. Went to God. God give me 20. Okay. 60 and 20?
80.
70. Then, oh, you're awake? Okay. Okay. Then, the owl said, all night I have to wake up like Prabhat. All night I'm waking up. I can't sleep. So, cut my ears. 40, I want 20 only. Man heard, man went, got 20. So man got 40, 20 jackass ears, 20 dog ears, and 20 owl ears. So 40 years, maza. Everything happy and nice, etc. Then the donkey years come where he has to bear the burden of his family and get them married and donkey years. You ask them, ask Prabhat, for 40 to 60, we had to work, save the money. Then, like the dog, when the next 20 years come, like, oh, this one came here, this one came here, etc., etc. And then the last 20 years, he what? All night he cannot. Why? Because he's thinking that time is coming. You know, I would like to do something about it. But when we get this life, we must try to make use of this life. Because if we don't try to make use of this life, this faith will not be in us. And there are two great days in a person's life. The day we are born and the day
We die.
No. The day we discover why. You see, you can't see the thing because they're not putting it on. It's here. I hope if he puts it on, then you can see it. But see, you all can't see it. That's what you have to say. The day when you are born and the day when you discover why you are born. So I wish Kudas will put these things on. But anyhow, so it is. If it's not on, what can you do? See? And yeah, but people are looking now. People are looking now. It doesn't matter. But anyhow, and while you are alive, you must be strong. I want you to understand carefully. You must be strong, but you must not be rude. You must be strong, but you must not be rude. You must be kind, but you must not be weak. You must be kind, but you must, because you are kind, you allow people to walk all over you. You can still be kind. Be kind, but not weak. Be humble. This is very important. Be humble, but not timid. Not because you're humble, you have to be fearful. You can be humble, but not timid. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your culture. Be proud of your history. Be proud of all that you do. But don't be arrogant. Because when you become arrogant, then the whole thing collapses. So, two things that prevent us from happiness. Two things prevent us from happiness. Living in the past and observing others. If you mind your own business and don't look at others, you'll be a happy camper. But what we do? We watch what the other one has. We watch what the other one do. We watch what the other one talk. Or we hear what the other one talk. We don't mind our own business. When you do these things, then you can build a firm faith in yourselves. जब हम लोग कथा में आते हैं ना, तो कथा क्या देते हैं? विचार. We come and listen to katha, we come and listen to talks, so that we can get vichar, good actions. Good actions. And from the good actions, we get prerna. You know what prerna means? Prerna means inspiration. We get inspiration. And from inspiration, from the katha, from the stories or the books you read, video you see, you look at them. Don't only look at the video of Amitabh Bachchan and so forth. Look at Amitabh Bachchan. Nothing wrong with that. But put a half an hour for a great talk from a saint or a sage or something like that. 15 minutes. No, half an hour is too much. Take 15 minutes and take one thing that he says. One thing that he says. He might says, love with your whole heart. When you pray to God, love with your whole heart, He may say that. Take that. And those two things will give us happiness, because we will not be living in the past and we will not be observing others. Because when you do that, then your karma, you start accumulating karma. So, from the katha you get vichar, from the vichar you get prerna or inspiration, from the inspiration you do good karma, and for the good karma you get good sankalpa, and when you get good sankalpa, you create good prarabdha. Prarabdha means good action. And when you develop good action, my dear brothers, Shubha Prarabdha will give you, at the time when you are about to leave this earth, you will not have to worry. You will go happily. So, Katha gives you Shubha Vichar, Shubha Vichar gives you Shubha Prerna, Shubha Prerna gives you Shubha Sankalpa, Shubha Sankalpa gives you Shubha Karma, Shubha Karma gives you Shubha Prarabdha, and Shubha Prarabdha will allow you to exit with joy. Like how the great saints and sages, look at, you don't have to live long to get the happiness in this world. Look at Vivekananda. How long did he live? 39. Shankara, 32. Jesus Christ, 33. They didn't live very long. Yet their lives were fulfilled at the time of their passing. That is why let us be contented in life. Kuchale na dena magal kahena, kuchale na dena magal kahena. Panchatattva ka bana hai pinda, Panchatattva ka bana hai pinda, jab mein bole mein Panchatattva ka bana hai pinda, jab mein bole mere maina, kuch lena na dena magal rahna, kuch lena na dena magal rahna, kuch lena na dena magal rahna,
कुछ लेना न देना मगन रहना।
भगवान है, सीता भक्ति है, और धनुष शर्त है. Shart means condition. Ram is God, Sita is devotion, but the dhanush, the bow that you have to break, is the condition. All these great people came to break the bow, is that true? Banasur, Ravan, this sur, that sur, they all came to break the bow, but none could break the bow. Because neither honor Rama as Bhagwan, neither they had the devotion like Sita. So when the condition is right, when Rama came, he broke the bow, and then all joy came to Ayodhya, to Janakpur. So similarly, we must have that joy in our heart, that bhakti, that devotion, which will give us that faith. So barso sab gun gan geho jai muni sadova adar ge.
O Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
So barso sab gun gan geho jai muni sadova adar ge.
O Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
उन्होंने कहा कि हे मुनीश्वर, प्रभु राम ने कहा कि हे मुनीश्वर, जैसे आप आदर दे वही बड़ा और सभी गुण मोह का घर है. Like how you honored me, like how you pay respects to me. Ramchandra Bhagwan is telling Bharadwaj, that is you are the repository of all perfections. When we can come and we can do naman in front of the Lord. Naman means what? No mind. When you come and you go naman unto Him, when you have no mind, and you pray unto Him and you ask Him that, O Prabhu, bless me. I come to you without any ego. I have nothing. I came with nothing. And
You go with nothing.
when the baby comes, the first thing the baby does, he inhales. And the last thing the adult does, he exhales. So between those two, inhalation and the last exhalation, we must so mark our lives where we can give joy to others around us, where we can give happiness around us, where we can drown our misery in other things and make the world a happy place. The bees, you don't ask them to sing. Do we ask them to sing? Do we pay them to not sing, to hum? Do we not pay them to hum? They hum by themselves. I walk on the boardwalk in the morning at 6 o'clock. If you hear the birds or the chirping and singing, do you know people in Guyana, people used to catch these birds. They got a bird. You come from Haika? They got a bird called tuatua. You know that? You ever? You don't know? Oh, you're a good lady. Okay, all right. And they go deep down in Mahika Creek to catch this bird. And I had a cousin who did it. He was a good singer. His name was Gunwa. And they would sell these birds for lots of money there, just to hear the birds sing. But if you go where the trees are, where the bushes are, you don't have to pay. You have to cage them free. You don't have to give them bird seed either. You don't have to clean their cage either. Because what? Nature does this for us. You know, nature does, the birds, the flowers bloom by themselves. It's all nature. All we have to do is enjoy it. And when you see all those things, it must increase your faith in the Lord. This is the subject of this morning's discussion. Increase the faith in the Lord. Increase the faith in Him. When you see all these things happening to us, and we didn't ask for any of these things, yet it's happening. It's coming to us. Faith works. As I said, it turns a negative into a positive. So when you see you lack faith, take a walk outside. Go, if you're near to a beach or a lake or where, walk. Just walk and look at nature. Look at nature unfolding herself to you. And she's telling you, don't worry about this accumulation. It's not going to get us anywhere. You know what is going to get us? You know what is going to get us? Anxiety and heart problems. That's what is going to get us. So, we must what? Manusha janma durlabh hai, mile na barambar Rama, mile na barambar. Pakka phal jo gir bada jo bahre na lagega,
जोहरी न लागेगा। बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम।
बोलो बोलो बोलो
बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम।
कबीर सब जग निर्धना, read translation. कबीर सब जग निर्धना, धनवंता नहीं कोई, धनवंता सोई जानिए
राम नाम धन हो, राम नाम धन हो। बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम।
आए है सो जाएगा, how you come so you go, whether you're a king or you're a fakir. आए है सो जाएगा, राजा रंग फकीर। कोई सिंहासन चढ़ ही चढ़े और
कोई अंते जन छो। बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम।
that is why every day we must try to make use of the Lord. आपके दरबार में हम आ गए।
आपके दरबार में हम आ गए।
For those of us who don't understand what it is, I have come into your home today, my Lord, your darbar, your palace, your
आपके दरबार में हम आ गए। आपके दरबार में हम आ गए।
फूल श्रद्धा के लिए हम आ गए।
फूल श्रद्धा के
चढ़ाने
आ गए। आपके दरबार में हम आ गए। आपके दरबार सुमिरन कर ले सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना तेरी बीते उम्र खड़ी नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले
Let's pray to God. While life is in our body, let's pray. Kupanir vina Kupanir vina Denushir vina जैसे तरवर फल बिरहीरा जैसे तरवर
फल भी नहीं ना
जैसे हरे पुरुष हरे नाम बिना
सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना तेरी बीते उम्र खड़ी नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले
So today I would like to continue to speak on gut health because it is so important. From our gut, 80% of our immunity comes. 80. I told you that before, I want to tell you again. 80% of our immunity comes. Now, it's TMAO. TMAO. There is a word called TMAO. TMAO. Don't worry what it means. It means trimethylene nitric oxide. TMAO. I would like, I know you would not do it, but if you go home at your computer, just Google TMAO for yourself, and you will see what it is. TMAO, when excess is present in your body, causes lots of difficulties. It causes the arteries to go bad. Without being too medical, the arteries to go bad. There's something called platelets. You know platelets? You know when you cut your hand, the hand bleeds and then the hand stops bleeding. Well, the hand stops bleeding because the platelets go there and accumulate and clot it. You understand? It causes clotting. But God has given us only so many platelets, and because the vessels in our body are lined with a smooth substance, which I told you all about before, one cell thick, it does not clot. But when that artery vessel gets damaged, they start to form calcium and platelets start to go on it and go on it and go on it and go on it and blocks it. Just remember that. TMO causes this. Mostly TMO can cause this. And where TMO is found? TMO is found in red meat. Red meat. TMAO. As a matter of fact, you can measure your TMAO. Sophisticated measurement, but it can be done. And the red meat has something called carnitine. Carnitine, C-A-R-N-I-T-E-N-E, carnitine. Carnitine is found in red meat, and from the word carnitine, you get carnivorous. Carnivore from carnitine, because red meat has lots of carnitine. Now, you do need carnitine in your body, but your body produces enough carnitine without red meat. So you don't have to eat red meat to get carnitine. it causes lots of difficulties. So this is something that you should be aware of. You should look it up. Please don't take what I tell you. Look it up, because when you look it up, then it will register more with you than if you hear it from me only. And this is one thing that you should think about. So I want to talk about TMAO. There's something called choline, but let's leave choline aside for the time being. Let's only concentrate on TMAO. Go in and see what produces it, what harm it can cause. But the other two things I want to talk to you about today is prebiotic and probiotic. Prebiotics are what feed, can you see it? Can you all see? It feeds the microbes in your gut lining. It is a fertilizer then. You understand? It's a fertilizer for the rainforest. In your gut, there's a rainforest of bacteria there. 3 pounds of bacteria. So much bacteria you have. And those bacteria, we now know, are responsible for good health. Those bacteria, when they are when the flora is good, when the flora, you know what flora is? Flora means the trees. When the trees are green and nice, and that's called the flora. There's flora and fauna. Then the flora is good and the harvesting is beautiful. The gut bacteria are happy. But they need the fertilizers. And you know where you get the fertilizers from? You get fertilizers from flax seed. But not the whole flax seed. Unless you grind the flax seed, please listen to me. Unless you grind the flax seed and put it into your food, you will not get the benefit of the flax seed. It has lots of omega-3 also. There's something as Guyanese we do not eat called RT. Huh? RT what? Artichoke. It does not choke you, but it makes you, it feeds your, it nourishes your gut bacteria. So when you go to the store, instead of picking up only dal and flour and aloo, pick up 1 or 2 artichoke and use it sparingly. You know, like use it, cook it nice, don't kill it, cook it. And there's something called leeks. You know what is leek?
Yeah.
Something like onions. Leek, you shave it longitudinally. All this is good for, instead of using munchies, which some of our people do here, they like munchies. Take leek and munch on the leek. Munch on the artichoke. It's very good for you. And one thing I will tell you about today, which we all Guyanese and West Indians use, and Indians. It's called, and it is southern states, southern part of the state, okra. But the okra must be slimy, and I hate it when it is slimy. The slimy okra. You know how I like the okra? When the okra is dead, buried, and burnt again. Then I like it. Brown, brown, brown. With no crisp, crisp, crisp. By that time, there's no okra left. It's only the onion, the oil, a little bit of there. So, for the okra must be slimy. You don't put it in dal, people put the okra in dal,
Yeah.
that's the best okra.
Oh.
But I don't like it. This is for your prebiotics. This is very important. Your gut health is, you might ask me, why am I talking about gut? Can't I talk about, because I want you all to understand how important this thing is. 80% of your immunity comes from your gut. And there is a gut-brain communication. I told you that about that last week. I don't want to go through that again. So that is a prebiotic, and then it's called probiotic. The probiotic are bacteria that you eat that then helps the bacteria in the gut. You got it? Prebiotic is a fertilizer. probiotic is a real bacteria you consume. And how you consume that bacteria is called lactobacillus from what? What gives you lacto means milk? What gives you that fertilized milk? What is it called? Yogurt. And the best yogurt is not from the cow. The best yogurt is from where? Huh? You know? Goat. So if anybody call you goat, you must not get upset. Because your goat milk is the best milk.
Yeah.
You know Mahatma Gandhi? He had a goat with him in England. Goat yogurt and sheep yogurt are the best yogurts. But I don't know if it is available. I mean, I had to shop one or 2 times, but I don't. Goat yogurt and sheep yogurt. Miso soup. You all have heard of that? I don't know what that is. Miso soup. I think this is a Japanese kind of soup. Miso soup. I don't know what. If it's vegetarian, you can have it. And I told you about sauerkraut. You ever told you about sauerkraut?
Yeah.
And I told you also about chocolate, dark chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the more bitter it is, the better it is for you. So these things, they go and they not only they feed the bacteria, they lower your cholesterol, they lower your triglycerides, they give you good energy. So these are the things I would like to stress upon today, to ask you that please let us get these things because it's very good for it. So to recap, I asked you to look at TMAO, and I told you it has something called carnitine, and that is why plant-based diet in the whole world, not the whole world, lots of people are going on plant-based diet now. All in North America now. As a matter of fact, there's a stock which is selling on this plant-based diet. I can't remember the name of it. Plant-based diet. Very, very important. But don't eat the same, as I told you that last week, the same spinach today, the same spinach. Change it up. Get some artichokes, get spinach, get some mushrooms, get all sorts of vegetables. There's so many vegetables. So many. And you know, when we were growing up in Guyana, all we ate was roti, baigan, aloo, dal. We don't go for any other things. But the birds, look at them. The birds eat the best food. The birds eat the most beautiful cherries, everything they eat. So please remember the prebiotic, I told you, flaxseed, leek, okra. Okra khate hain? He doesn't eat okra, but he's bindi. That's all right. Probiotics, I told you about that also, and I want to because it is good for your health. Yogurt, sauerkraut, this miso soup, kimchi. How could I forget kimchi? Kimchi has a little bit of a spiciness to it, but it's also very good. So I think it's very important that we should know to keep. I want to impress upon you, when you can keep your gut healthy, you will be healthy. What destroys it? Antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, Advil, all these things destroy your gut flora. Try to avoid antibiotics. I see someone here today who I prescribe antibiotic for him, but because he needed it. But whenever you eat antibiotic, drink antibiotic, it knocks your gut flora away. And that's why you don't feel energetic sometimes after antibiotics. And it takes a while for that flora to come back. Sometimes it never comes back. It sometimes never comes back. So be careful of anti-inflammatory. You know, anti-inflammatory. What do you call it?
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. Advil. Whatever. They are bad for you. They knock your gut flora out. So try to be away from this, and you'll always have a shining face, a smiling face, a healthy face, and you will always be healthy.